Good morning. Hey guys, I know it's been a minute. I said I was gonna post more often, but you know the saying, man plans, God laughs. That's kind of been the state of my life here recently. But yeah. So in my mind, I'm gonna be doing videos about certain topics and everything, and I have a whole game plan of what I want to talk about, but God be putting different things in my spirit, so I'm like, I don't really want to talk about that, but he'll keep putting it in there, and I'm like, man, all right, I'll talk about what you want me to talk about, um, let you use me however you see fit, even though I don't feel like I'm qualified to be used at this state of my life. From a very spiritual perspective, anyhow, I'm cool on advice and relationships and that type of thing. But when it comes to, spirituality, I don't know if I'm where I need to be really giving that type of advice. But it is what it is. God keep pressing me out, so I'm going to be obedient to him and just go ahead and lay this word on y'all for the day. So I'm going to speak from the topic of when God isolates you. And if you listen to my last message, I had just finished up doing a 5K. That's something that I do maybe about every other month. So it seems like when I do these 5Ks, it's when God wants to talk to me. So I'm like, maybe there's something with that. So anywho, my whole goal this time was to beat my last time, right? Well, my first time. My first time was a few months ago. I did a 5K, which is 3 miles in about 36 minutes. Last time, I did it in 40 minutes, which was horrible, in my eyesight, because I'm like, when you do something, you want to get better, not worse. So basically, the last time, I was kind of pointing out some things that I did that probably hindered me and keep me from reaching my best time. So this time, my only, thing that I had in mind, my goal that I had in mind was to beat my last time and the time before last. So, I definitely wanted to be under 40 minutes, but if I could be under 36 minutes, that'd be awesome. So this time around, I had a game plan, I was going to change some things up, do some things differently. So 5K starts at 7 in the morning. That's what it's always been. I've been doing it for a couple of years, and it's always been 7 in the morning. So I was running a little late that day. My husband told me to leave a little earlier. I didn't listen. I wanted to sleep a few more minutes. So I ended up getting there a little late, like 6:53. But I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I'm missing a little bit of the stretching, the socializing, but I'm straight. I still be able to take off with everybody else. Wrong. I get there to go sign in. Everybody gone. They're like, oh, they left at 6:45. Like, what? Like, why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? So immediately, like, I'm feeling the way, because I'm like, for one, it's dark. It's Halloween. This was the day of the race. It was Halloween. It's mad dark outside at 6 something in the morning, because this was before daylight savings time. So I'm like, I do not want to go out here by myself. Everybody's at least 10 minutes ahead of me at this point. So I'm not really trying to go out here and do this 5K at this point. So, a part of me wanted to just turn around, not go back home, obviously, because I'm at work, but just go to my desk or something. But some told me, like, nah, just, you're already here. Go ahead and do it, So I'm like, all right. So, I get out there and I get started. So at first, I'm feeling kind of angry, like, God, why is this happening? Yeah, I did kind of make a mistake. I got here a little later, but, still I was here on time. So, I was kind of questioning that, but I'm like, maybe it's a reason. I try to see the reason in everything. So as I'm running, my anger kind of subsides, and I'm like, all right, God, it's dark out here. I'm feeling a little nervous. I'm a little scared. It's Halloween. People crazy. So I felt fear overcome me. And I'm like, So, I got this wave of emotions. I'm feeling a little PO'd because I got left. And now I'm feeling a little fearful. And so, as I'm running this race, I'm not really even paying attention to the time or nothing. I'm just trying to catch up with somebody. I'm like, I know it's some walkers or somebody I can catch up with. So I'm running, like a mile into it. Still ain't seeing nobody. Still looking creepy. So I'm like, just like, God, like, why? And God revealed to me that he was using that time to isolate me. My last race, I choose to isolate myself. That was a strategy that I had. But this time, God isolated me. And I didn't understand why. And he showed me that sometimes he got to get you by yourself so he can talk to you. Because sometimes there's so many distractions and other things going on in your life. It's hard to hear from God. With all our busyness, you got your relationships, your friendships, your jobs, you got, your social media, TV, with everything distracting us, it's hard to hear from God. And a lot of times we praying on different things, but we're not even like really listening out for the answer. We just praying and moving. But sometimes, it's important to wait for God to talk to you. So he revealed to me that he could only speak to me when he got me alone and when he got me by myself. So once I realized that this was an intentional plan of God, I started to feel hopeful. So, I keep running. It's getting a little lighter outside now. So, I don't feel as fearful. I feel a little hopeful now. Like, okay, God got me. I'm straight. So, I get to running. And then, I start feeling like some confusion because I'm like, I don't really know where to go. Because, mind you, there's nobody around me. I'm totally by myself. We have signs and we have some, people out there like directing you, but they're few and far between. Normally they're more frequent, but this day it was like they won't nowhere to be found. I'm like, where are the people to direct me? And so, God spoke to me again, like, I got you. Let me lead you. And, I'm like, all right, God, what are you doing? This is too much. It's too early for all this, what's going on? So sometimes he's like, you're looking at man to lead you and guide you and direct you, but they don't always know the way for you to go. Only I can direct your path. Let me show you what it is I have for you and what I want you to accomplish and how I want you to accomplish it. And I'm like, all right, okay, God, I'm rolling. I'm gonna roll with you. So, I'm running, because I had contemplated turning around, because sometimes you get scared, you have a goal in mind, but sometimes when things don't go the way you plan, you tend to back off of it. You tend to feel like maybe it's not for you. But every time I feel like it's not for me, God gives me a sign to keep going forward, keep pushing, don't give up. So I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna quit. I'm not a quitter. Like, yeah, I go through my emotions. I contemplate it, but I'm not a quitter. So I keep running, see another sign, see a little water stop. So mind you, I'm about 2 miles in to this whole 5K, and I'm like, I haven't seen a soul other than a couple of people directing me, but as far as anybody in the race, hadn't seen nobody. So I keep going. And, in the distance, I make out a few people. I'm like, oh, finally found somebody. Lo and behold, 3 walkers. So, the 5K is 3 miles. 2 miles, I run into 3 walkers. And they're like, wow, we didn't even know that you was here. This is like impressive that you caught up with us. And I'm like, yeah, got a late start or whatever. But I had to keep running because, I'm on the clock. Again, I haven't looked at nothing. Don't know what time it is or how long I've been running for. But I have my GPS thing or, your little fitness thing telling me 2 miles. So that's how I knew I was at 2 miles. So I'm feeling good, Me and God been spending time. He's been showing me some things. And so just when I thought that I had everything figured out, you know, I'm on my last mile, as I'm running, people start running towards me. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Come to find out, on the other side of the road, there was a 7K going on, you know, with the other group of people. It was another group of people. They were having a race on the same day. And I was on the wrong side of the street. So they running at me. So I'm, you know, ditching and dodging, trying to get away from these people. So all these obstacles are coming at me. So, of course, God used that as a teachable moment. Like, you know, you're going to have obstacles in this life. Things are not always going to go smooth or the way you want it to go. There's always going to be something that tries to get in your way and try to deter you from the goal. But you have to navigate around those things and not allow them to stop you from what I have for you. So I'm like, all right, God, I got you. You know, I made it this far. I'm in mile 2, you know. I'm not going to, you know, let this stop me from what you got. So I figure a way to navigate myself out of this other race. And then I'm able to, you know, cross the street and get, you know, back into my race. So, you know, I'm like, all right, God, you know, how many more surprises you got for me this morning? Because your girl kind of, you know, tired of all this unknown. You know, I want to know what's going on. And God shared with me, you're not going to always know. You got to trust me. You know, that's what faith is about. The things that are unseen. It's easy to trust God when you know what's going on and you can calculate each move. But when you're not able to figure it out, you got to lean on God. You got to trust God. He got you. You know, so I'm like, all right, God, you brought me this far. So before I know it, you know, with all this going on in my mind, God talking to me, I see this guy, you know, he's directing me, and I'm like, oh, wow, like, I'm almost done. And, you know, it's like my mind had been going the whole time, so I hadn't even realized how close I was, you know, because it's like I always think I have a little bit more than what I do. So I crossed the finish line, look at my time, 35 minutes. Man, you talking about size? Oh, I was elated. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. You know, I went through all these obstacles. You know, I went through these twists and turns. I went through all these waves of emotions just for you to bring me through. And not only bring me through, but bring me through better than what I could have done by myself. Because, see, on my own, I could have done it, but I wouldn't have done it in the fashion that he allowed me to do it. Not only did he get me through, not only did he keep me, but he let me get my best time that I've gotten so far doing a 5K. So I hope this message speaks to somebody. I don't know what you're going through in life, but just understand God has a plan. And even when you don't understand and when you don't see how it's going to work out, trust God. He knows what he's doing. God don't make mistakes, and he always has your best interest at heart. All right, I love y'all. Hopefully I'll be back soon, but again, I don't know what God has in store for me, but I'm just allowing him to use me however he see fit. And y'all be blessed, and I'll talk to y'all soon.